Hi folks, I'm Dr. Joseph Reed, and in this video I want to talk with you about giving feedback. Giving corrective feedback is one of the most critical and maybe one of the most underdeveloped interpersonal skills. Just think about your own experiences with it. Have you ever gotten feedback from someone that really pushed your emotional buttons and made you defensive? Have you ever given feedback to someone and pushed their buttons? I know for 98% of you, the answer to both of those questions is going to be yes. The way you give corrective feedback matters. If the other person can't hear it, if they don't accept it, then they're not going to act on it because it feels like an attack, and the feedback won't lead to the change that you're hoping for. I want to give you some basic guidelines here for crafting corrective feedback that get you the results that you want. Number one, before you give any feedback, ask. Ask questions to find out their perspective before you start telling them what they need to do differently. Don't give corrective feedback before you know the whole story. Number two, if corrective feedback's warranted, begin by describing the person's behavior. Describe what you've seen them do. Describe what you've observed. Instead of, Michael, you've got a bad attitude, focus on what they've done. Michael, your status report had 3 errors and was missing a section. If you can, try to take the emotion and the judgment out of your voice. Remember, you want them to be able to hear it and accept it without getting defensive. Guideline number 3, use an I message to describe your feelings. And I know, some of you are talking to yourself right now, there's no place for feelings. This is business, it's not personal. Well, human interaction can't help but be personal. And feelings and emotions are always going to be a part of it. A you message like, you really frustrate me, is about the other person. It can make them feel attacked. An I message, on the other hand, like, I feel frustrated, is a description about how you're feeling. It's not about the other person. It's about you, so psychologically, it's going to be easier for them to hear. The 4th guideline is to describe the impact of the behavior. If your goal is to affect the other person's future behavior, you need to give him or her a reason to change. So describe the consequences of their behavior. Why should they care? If you were giving feedback to someone about arriving late to work, you might describe the impact as, we don't have coverage and client wait time goes up significantly. Now, in the heat of the moment, you may not be able to remember back to this video and those 4 steps that I gave you. So I have a handy-dandy little word formula for you. Can you remember 4 words? When you, I, because. Here's what it looks like. When you miss our project team meetings, I feel frustrated. Because without your input, we run the risk of making a bad decision. Try that word formula with someone tonight to practice it. It's going to help to channel you into giving corrective feedback in a way that's going to be easier for the other person to hear and accept, and more importantly, it's going to get you the results that you're looking for.